Hi everyone, this is Helen from Helen Westwood Maths. Hope you're having a good week after a nice February half term. I just thought I'd jump on to do some questions on Pythagoras, which I've been revising with my GCSE Maths success groups recently. So this is one of the ways we can work with our right angled triangles to calculate missing sides. So our Pythagoras formula, of course, is our a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So the c is always our hypotenuse, which is our longest side opposite the right angle. So if we look at our triangle, let's call this number one and number two. You can always get your GCSE math students, pause this video, have a go at working out, and then watch as I talk this through. So when we substitute in our values, it doesn't matter which one we call A, which one we call B out of the shorter sides. For triangle number one, we could write that 4 squared plus 6 squared is equal to x squared, because we can see that hypotenuse is labelled as x. And then when we work out 4 squared plus 6 squared, that gives us, of course, our 16 plus 36. So 52 is equal to x squared, but we want what x is. So we need to square root that answer. If we were going to write it in exact form or in surd form for higher students, we could simplify that to 2 root 13. When we press S to D with our decimal, to get our decimal, this is the calculator display that we get. So this is equal to x. So if we were going to give our answer, say, to 1 decimal place, so look out for what level of accuracy a question is asking us for, that would round to 7.2. So we'd use that same formula for triangle number two, but notice this time we're calculating one of the shorter sides rather than the hypotenuse. Now, rather conveniently, they've used a, so we can write a squared plus 30 squared is equal to 34 squared. And then because we're trying to find a squared, we can either square the numbers first of all, or we can rearrange our Pythagoras. So to work out a squared, we're going to do 34 squared minus 30 squared. So a squared comes out as 256. And then to work out a similar final step to before, we want to work out the square root of that, which gives us a value of a of 16 millimeters. Now, of course, when we're working out the hypotenuse, we're always expecting to have an answer that's the longest side. So always good to ask ourselves, is my answer reasonable? Is my answer what I'm expecting? So having reminded ourselves about Pythagoras and how we can work with this, I thought I'd share a couple of questions where we're using Pythagoras with other questions. So we've got to spot that Pythagoras is necessary and then what else we need to do in order to answer the question. So here we've got a rectangular frame is made from 5 straight pieces of metal, the 4 edges of the rectangle and the diagonal across the middle. We're told the weight of the metal is 1.5 kilograms per meter. And what we want to work out is the total weight of the frame. So we know we've got another 12-meter side and a 5-meter side, but what we need to work out first of all is the length of the diagonal, okay? And it can be helpful if we've got our triangle within another context to just sketch out so we can see what is the right angle triangle that we're working with, which I've just done in purple at the bottom there. And from that, you can hopefully see that we are working out the hypotenuse, which is why I've labelled that with a C. So when we put our workings in, we know that 5 squared plus 12 squared is equal to C squared. So when we do our 5 squared plus our 12 squared, that gives us that C squared is 169. And then if we square root this, that gives us our answer of 13. So we know that this length here is going to be 13 meters. So if we want to work out the total length of all the metal, of course, we're going to add all of those 5 pieces together. And because we've got those 5 lengths, we know that we're going to be adding those 5 sides together. So make sure we've included all of those numbers there. So in total, the length of material that we've got is 47 meters. So then to work out the weight, if we know it's 1.5 kilograms per meter, we're going to multiply that 1.5 by our 47, and that will give us a final answer of 70.5 kilograms. But you can see how Pythagoras there is that important first step. Okay, so next question. Here's a triangular prism. We want to work out the volume of a prism. So we've got to think about, well, how do we work out the volume of a prism? We do the area of the cross section and we times by the length. Okay, so in this case, with a triangular prism, we've got to do the area of the triangle and then we've got to times that by the length. But in order to work out the area of the triangle, we need to work out that base that I've just highlighted there. So it's finding one of the shorter sides. So using our Pythagoras, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we might label that as a. So a squared plus 7.2 squared is equal to 8.4 squared. So to work out what a squared is, I'm going to do 8.4 squared minus 7.2 squared, which gives us an answer of 18.72. But then remember to work out what a is. We want to work out the square root of that, which gives us 4.326661531. So it might be easy just to keep that as the square root of 18.72, because when we're using a calculation, we're using a value subsequently in a calculation, we need to use that exact value, otherwise we can get a rounding area. So if we're going to do our base, which is what we've just worked out, times by our height divided by 2, that's where we've worked out the area of the triangle, and then timesing that by the length of our prism, we're going to times that by 18. Okay, so you can always work out the area of the triangle first of all, and then times that by the 18 separately. I'm going to do it all in one go. So ultimately that gives you this decimal. And then notice here we've got an example of where our question's asking us to round to a certain level of accuracy. We want to round to 3 significant figures. Remember that zeros that are sandwiched between other numbers are significant. So that would give us 280 centimetres cubed. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy working on your Pythagoras, whatever you're revising this weekend, and I'll see you online soon.